Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Experts are sounding the alarm about techniques used to identify the assassin who tried to kill Donald Trump, saying the methods raise grave concerns about privacy. The gunman, loner Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20, was not carrying an ID, had no criminal record, nearly zero digital footprint and no friends, forcing the FBI to resort to DNA analysis to identify him. While the FBI declined to answer DailyMail.com's requests for details on how they did this DNA analysis, experts say it has often included scouring consumer genealogy databases like Ancestry.com and 23andMe, which store tens of millions of Americans' biometric data each. And now, newer private DNA database companies have entered the market, firms that cater explicitly to the federal government and law enforcement as their clients. As Kevin Rojek, the special agent in charge, SAIC, for the FBI's Pittsburgh field office, told reporters just hours after the shooting on Saturday, "We're trying to run his DNA and get biometric confirmation." SAIC Rojek added that the Bureau was also looking at photographs to help ID the shooter, part of a multi-agency effort to put a name to the dead would-be assassin. Parallel efforts conducted by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, completed an urgent trace that ultimately led to the business records from a closed gun dealer, according to an ATF statement. That effort, a frantic, manual search through the closed gun shop's paper records, helped trace the rifle to the Crooks' father, according to a report by CNN. Results were provided to the FBI and Secret Service in less than 30 minutes that helped identify the shooter, ATF reported a day after the FBI's DNA announcement. Civil liberties advocates, however, noted that the increasing reliance on DNA databases by police not only raises privacy concerns, but the tactics have also led to false identifications and wrongful arrests, court records show. An attorney who overturned one such case told DailyMail.com that these sprawling DNA databases can lead to misidentifications because today's crime scene forensics can recover DNA from extremely small and too often unrelated human debris. Our technology for collecting DNA is so sensitive now, attorney Jennifer Lynch explained. You can just swab something somebody has touched and get their DNA. The risk is we shed DNA at different rates and DNA gets transferred from one surface to another, she continued. That's how somebody could be misidentified for a crime. Despite the fact that the FBI accomplished its biometric confirmation of Trump's shooter Crooks in less than 24 hours, further details have yet to be made public. But Lynch, who works as general counsel for the nonprofit Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, has spent over a decade tracking the federal government's increasing reliance on vast genetic databases to track U.S. citizens. This scary surveillance and technology, as Lynch told DailyMail.com, includes law enforcement contracts with private firms, like Verogen Incorporated, who have amassed their DNA databases explicitly for forensic customers and criminal casework. In fact, Verogen has let police access personal genetic data that its ordinary genealogy database users had submitted as private, so long as they had a warrant. Prior to the entry of firms like Verogen, law enforcement had garnered success closing cold case murders by anonymously uploading the DNA of their suspects into consumer genealogy databases like Ancestry.com and 23andMe. As of March 2024, Ancestry.com's database houses DNA from over 25 million people and 23andMe's database stores genetic markers for over 14 million, according to the International Society of Genetic Genealogy. The tactic led California police to finally capture the infamous Golden State Killer in 2018, but has also led to several false identifications and embarrassing dead ends. In one case, German detectives believed they were on the trail of a serial killer they called the Phantom of Heilbronn, only to discover their suspect's DNA belonged, in reality, to a Polish factory worker who had contaminated all their DNA kit swabs. In another, DNA evidence led police to suspect that a Yale graduate student had been murdered by a convicted felon, who had died 2 years before the crime. GeneMatch, a genetic genealogy company that had already gained notoriety for sharing its